Hello, welcome to Cardboard and Plastic. Today's video, I got a card in the mail, and in the background, you can see 3 Hall of Fame manager cards, and that's going to give you a little sneak peek of what card I'm going to show you. And after I get done with that, you can turn the video off. I'm going to go into a little bit of a rant about the collecting, investing, flipping, hits, kind of that Jeff Wilson response videos that everybody's been doing. However, that's the last time I'll say his name. What I want to talk about is something very alarming to me in the hobby and very upsetting. So I'll talk about that after I show off some cards. So in the background, and I kind of organized my cards, put them away, and I didn't want to get out my rookie cards for like the Joe Torre. I have graded like a Whitey Herzog and Sparky Anderson, right? So some of these Hall of Famers. These are cards that I had just sitting on stacks for my binder projects, right? So all beautiful cards, but I'm not going to grade those. And I was watching a card for a long time on eBay. I would say probably 6 months. And it was kind of like a seller had these cards up and just had them for a price that was too high, but I just followed it. And nobody else was following it because the prices were high. And I guess the seller just decided like I have all these cards sitting on eBay. I just want to sell them at this point. So without really even relisting it, they dropped the price, and I didn't know about it until I got a email with like another 20% off of the price that they took, like $250 off. So the card that I got, and it's a ridiculous price I got this for. But I mean, I'm probably going to grade this with SGC, send in another little order. But the card is another Hall of Fame manager and a gorgeous 1933 Tattoo Orbit, Connie Mack. And this one you got to be careful of, right? I mean, they have the reprints. They could actually, like, even if it says reprint there, they can like scratch it off and just say it has paper loss. It's really hard to tell. Well, it's pretty easy for me to tell. You just sniff the card. But this is a gorgeous example. And there's like no wrinkles on that thing. Just amazing. And those cards, I've been looking for like a few of the Hall of Famers, and like I put a bid of, I think, $250 or something on the last Connie Mack for the Fanatics Collect, and I'm glad I didn't win it now because I got a much better copy for a fraction of the price. So the next thing I just want to talk about is kind of like my concerns of what's going on in the hobby right now. Now, when I got back into the hobby, getting cards and packs was stupid expensive. And so when I got back in the hobby, I started going after cards that I wanted from my childhood, but I also got involved in NFTs. And for me, NFTs was like a cheap way to collect kind of cards online. I know it's silly, it's just pictures, but it's a fraction of the price. And I did that as well, where I made a lot of money off of it. And I sold the cards and I bought some older vintage cards, right? So it helped grow my regular collection as well. And I still actually collect some NFTs with like Panini. I do like the WWE, just kind of fun type of stuff. Don't spend hardly any money on it. And what's happening in the hobby right now is things like Arena Club, the mystery packs, and specifically also as well, Courtyard and BZ, there's these companies that are starting. And I know for a fact, because I still deal with NFTs, with sports, and what's happening is these like BZ and the Courtyard, it's all these NFT people that are getting involved in the graded card ultra modern hobby. And what's happening with these cards, right? And this is why these grading companies are so busy. They're grading all of these cards to put into these mystery packs on these online vending machines for a gamble type thing. So what you do is, right, you purchase like for $25, you can get a mystery pack of a card and you're just chasing the hit, right? And by the way, the people that do this, they're not really collecting these cards. They're there to flip them and they're basically gambling, right? So they pay $25, $30, $50, $100 for a mystery pack. They get the card, and if they don't get a card that's above the value, or even if they get it above the value, what they do is they just sell the card back at like 80% of comps of that card, and then they try again. And they try again. And the people that are putting these things together, it's really kind of this NFT crowd, and they're pumping it online with all the other crypto people. It's very weird and strange. So Tag has been doing this blatantly. It's like, so if you want to go, Dachshund Wizard, he's a NFT person, crypto, and he's getting all his friends involved in basically a tag, and they are kind of taking over the leadership of Tag right now. So Tag is a crypto NFT company, and that's what they're doing for the grading. They're actually at one of these crypto events. They're making cards for one of these like Bitcoin type of currencies. So that's really kind of the problem I'm having at this point with grading and with the ultra modern hobby is it is gambling. We're treating cards as kind of just like stocks, as also like NFTs. It's just constantly just taking these cards and just moving them around, and nobody's ever touching these things. They're just basically sitting in vaults of just constant being gambled, sold, gambled, sold, and it just kind of disgusts me, right? So my daughter is into Pokemon right now, and when I had kind of learned Pokemon to kind of help her out, and that's like kind of like one of my guidelines for her. Like, I'll give her money, but she's not allowed to get mystery packs. If she does want to get packs, they have to be at retail, right? So I don't allow her to, like, we got to go hunt. And that's what we do. We hunt sometimes at like Dollar General. They have Pokemon packs. So she gets to open some packs. But that money she has to earn, right? So just concerning to me, Arena Club and the person who I will not name, involvement in Arena Club, it's just where the hobby is right now, and it is not in a good place. The reason your cards, the ultra modern, have value is not because people want to collect the cards. It's a utility. The card is worth money because of the gambling aspect of it. So this is why I love vintage cards, right? Nobody's taking this Connie Mack and putting it into a Arena Club mystery pack. People don't care about that, right? They just want these modern athletes. They don't want to deal with the vintage, right? Nobody cares about people that died decades ago. So in the comments below, let me know, have you ever, right, purchased a mystery pack? I want to kind of get my the pulse there for, because I know some of you collect ultra modern, right? So have you been tempted by the mystery pack? So I got a couple of other cards coming in the mail next week. I actually got one for $20. That is freaking awesome. And this is what I do, is I'm patient. I just wait. And if I see something there, and this is also important, become an expert. The hobby is so big right now that it's hard to know everything about it, right? We can't trust the grading companies. We know more than they do. So when I kind of like put searches into eBay, once in a while, I'll just see something like too good to be true, but I pull the trigger quick, and every single time, I'm never disappointed. So thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day and keep on collecting.